The Shorty is infinite value, and it's so slept on. Not because people don't buy it, but because people don't buy it enough. That's what we're gonna cover today in this video, all the reasons that you might know and might not. First, let's talk about price. It's 150 credits, which means that it almost never breaks the bank. I would still in general recommend getting abilities over a Shorty in the case that that's the decision, but that could also change depending on what type of plan you have in mind. Because the Shorty has such a low impact on your buys for future rounds, there doesn't really exist rounds where you couldn't buy it if you wanted to. Now moving on, when would you not want to buy? Well, times when you shouldn't buy is on the off chance where you barely have enough to get a full buy out, whether that be light shields or a gun, whether that be a gun and shields, and in those cases the rifle is obviously always more important, and heavy shields or light shields is also way more important than a Shorty could ever do. But in every other case, you could have a good reason for wanting it. The other times are when in the future round, so let's say next round, you take a look at your credits and you would barely have enough to buy, and if you got a Shorty, then it would maybe drop your full shields down to a light shield or your light shields down to, well, not being able to have it. In those cases, you're always going to want to prioritize your future buy. But those scenarios usually happen less frequently. So now that we've talked about when you wouldn't want to buy it and that's out of the way, let's talk about the meat and potatoes, why you should. The golden reason and the only reason you need is that it opens up your playbook. You have a rifle, and that in itself is great for medium to far ranges. It covers almost everything you need. Now, a classic, while free, doesn't really excel at anything. It's better in certain areas, but it's never the best choice. The Shorty, on the other hand, is a different story. Its close range is way more consistent at guaranteeing a kill than almost any other weapon, barring its older siblings, the Judge and the Bucky. So now you have a rifle which is good at long and medium ranges, and a Shorty that is good for close. Now that sounds good and all, but how do you use it? Well, let's start off by talking smokes. Smokes exist in every round of every game you play in VALORANT. Pushing through smokes, clearing smokes, walking around smokes, whatever is required to play. And what better way is there to ensure you don't die to someone sitting in it than pulling out your Shorty to clear it quickly? Once the smoke is clear, you can pull out your rifle and proceed as normal. By the way, this works on both attack and defense. If you want some specific examples, here, Viper's ult. Viper's ult is way easier to hold and to attack into if you have a Shorty. Enemies coming into the ult will have low HP. If you're going into the pit, then spam with your rifle from the outside, and when you finally push in, pull out the Shorty since everyone's range is limited anyway. Tired of jets dashing on you? Pull out the Shorty and push into the smoke that they're using for cover. Enemy is really low, you still got jump shots similar to the classic, although the range is a little bit shorter. Playing Yoru? Well, it's a perfect combo for your ult. A smokesman like me, a perfectly timed smoke and pushing into it will catch people off guard, walking right into your Shorty. My personal favorite is baiting people into taking unfavorable engagements, like this clip from Steel here.
Oh, don't do it, Steel. Don't do it.
And another from Steel.
The first step is to shoot a few bullets from the rifle. The enemy will take an engagement that it expects from a rifle, and then you pop out with a pocket shotgun to surprise them. There are so many examples of how to use the Shorty efficiently that I can't even list them all. Yes, the classic has better range, but in most cases you'd always use the Phantom or Vandal over pulling out your classic. So if that's the case, the real question should be, when would I prefer not to use a rifle? And picking a weapon based on that. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to check out all my socials below for more informational content just like this. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Flow out.